NATO's response to Russia's violation of the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces (INF) Treaty. The Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces (INF) Treaty, signed between the United States and the Soviet Union in 1987, was aimed at eliminating all ground-launched nuclear and conventional missiles with ranges between 500 and 5,500 kilometers. The treaty was meant to reduce the level of tension and military threats between the two superpowers, leading to the end of the Cold War. However, in 2014, the U.S. accused Russia of violating the treaty by testing and deploying the 9M729 missile. Russia denied these allegations and claimed that the missile is within the range limitations set by the treaty. Despite diplomatic efforts to resolve the issue, the U.S. officially withdrew from the INF Treaty in August 2019, citing Russia's continued violation of the treaty. This decision by the U.S. to withdraw from the INF Treaty has serious implications for European security. The treaty was a crucial element of the European security architecture and helped to prevent the proliferation of nuclear weapons on the continent. It was also a key confidence-building measure between NATO and Russia, as both parties were subject to the limits of the treaty. NATO has responded to Russia's violation of the INF Treaty by supporting the U.S. in its decision to withdraw from the treaty and by deploying missile defense systems in Europe. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg stated that NATO fully supports the U.S. assessment that Russia has developed and fielded a missile system, the 9M729, which violates the INF Treaty and poses significant risks to Euro-Atlantic security. NATO has also emphasized the importance of engaging in dialogue with Russia in order to resolve this issue diplomatically. Stoltenberg stated that NATO has been calling on Russia to return to full and verifiable compliance with the INF Treaty for years. We regret that Russia has not done so. Our response to Russia's actions is defensive, proportionate, and fully in line with our international commitments. NATO's deployment of missile defense systems in Europe has also been met with criticism from Russia. Russian officials have stated that the deployment of these systems is a provocative move by NATO and is a violation of the 1987 treaty. However, NATO has continuously stated that the systems are not in violation of the treaty and are purely defensive in nature. Some experts have also raised concerns that NATO's response to Russia's violation of the INF Treaty may lead to an arms race between the two superpowers. The deployment of missile defense systems in Europe and the increase in military spending by NATO and Russia may contribute to a new Cold War. However, NATO has emphasized that its response is defensive and proportionate and that the alliance remains committed to arms control and disarmament. Stoltenberg stated that arms control remains a key element of Euro-Atlantic security. NATO's approach to arms control and disarmament is pragmatic, credible, and transparent. In addition to its response to Russia's violation of the INF Treaty, NATO has also emphasized the importance of arms control and disarmament more broadly. Stoltenberg stated that NATO is committed to arms control and disarmament in accordance with our international obligations and with the aim of enhancing our collective security. We continue to support efforts to prevent the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and their means of delivery. NATO has also emphasized the importance of engaging with Russia in order to improve the level of trust and reduce tensions between the two parties. Stoltenberg stated that NATO continues to seek constructive dialogue with Russia on a wide range of security issues. We have important differences, but we also have a responsibility to manage our relationship in a way that reduces the risk of conflict. Overall, NATO's response to Russia's violation of the INF Treaty has been measured and proportionate. The alliance has supported the U.S. in its decision to withdraw from the treaty and has deployed defensive missile defense systems in Europe. At the same time, NATO has emphasized the importance of engaging with Russia to resolve this issue diplomatically and to improve the level of trust and reduce tensions between the two parties. Additionally, NATO has reiterated its commitment to arms control and disarmament, as well as to preventing the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and their means of delivery.